Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to get some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. Tony, what up? Connie Hodge, what it do? Not today. Robert Simmons, what's up? Charlene. Woke up this morning, got a letter that she wrote. Let's see, who is that? Ansela? Jacquees? Eva? What's up, Eva Wilburn? African Pride. You're right on time. You're right on time. What's up, Ray Ray? What it do? Civil Eyes. Oh, civilized. Civilized. Toy Weidman. What's up, TC Wade? Turn that cap lock off, player. JS. What up? Tap. I see you, is that Coco? Cock. Let's see. Natural Beauty. What's up? What's up? What's up, Herman? Florida Fred. What it do? Money V going in. Going in, fam. I'm going to tell you straight up, fam. This is some heartbreaking news. This is almost like when everybody put their money into a fund and, you know, you thinking that your people going to treat you right and do right by you. And next thing you know, you ain't got no dividends. Ain't no money coming in. Oh, man. Oh, let me put this story up on the screen. I really, really hate to cover this story, but hey, I got to call a strike and a ball, fam. So, Burkina Faso is the latest African country to sign Donald Trump's health funding deal. Burkina Faso, you would have thought, would be the last country on the planet to sign a deal with the West, but especially America. Good Lord, what the hell are they thinking? Let's get into it. So I went on the stategov.com. I went on the government's website to get this information because when I first heard it, I was like, nah, let me check, you know. And I know it could be a lie anyway, you know, because they do lie a lot, but it would be at least more official than just reading from different websites and the news websites or whatever. So I went to the government's website, and sure enough, there it was: fortifying health systems and countering infectious disease threats through the America First Global Health Strategy in Burkina Faso. And this is a press statement from Tommy Pickett. He is the principal deputy spokesperson for the United States of America in regards to their health programming. Okay, today, the United States and Burkina Faso signed a 5-year bilateral health cooperation memorandum of understanding that reinforces regional health security in the Sahel while advancing Burkina Faso's capacity to independently manage infectious disease threats before they reach our shores. This MOU reflects the Trump administration's commitment to protecting America's health security while building resilient, locally led health systems abroad, as outlined in the America First Global Health Strategy. Through this MOU, working with Congress, the Department of State intends to provide up to $147 million over the next 5 years to support Burkina Faso's efforts to combat HIV/AIDS, malaria, and other infectious diseases, while bolstering disease surveillance and outbreak response capabilities. Burkina Faso commits to increasing its domestic health expenditures by $107 million, demonstrating significant national ownership of its health system. The MOU allocates approximately $12 million to global health security initiatives that strengthen community health systems, improve and digitize data reporting, and build laboratory capacity to detect potential pathogens. This MOU strengthens the region's capacity to dictate and respond to infectious disease threats before they spread regionally or reach the United States. It integrates long-standing malaria and maternal child health programs with enhanced community health systems, while emphasizing continued support to frontline community health workers who serve as the foundation of sustainable, locally led health services. And here come the BS, fam. Here comes the banana in the tailpipe. Here it is. Damn, in your face, you got to say, this is some BS. Salute the public enemy. By the end of the MOU period, Burkina Faso will integrate U.S.-funded frontline health care and laboratory workers into its national health workforce, building a resilient, country-owned health system that protects both Burkina and American populations from health security threats. Fam, you know what? I shouldn't even allow this to get me upset anymore. I shouldn't even let this get me hot. Because if they like it, I love it. You dig what I'm saying? But how you going to sell the people on being for the people and then sign a deal with some people who hate your people? I will never understand why African nations would do any kind of deal with the United States. The United States has shown from day one its propensity, its proclivity to hate Black people. You really think they're doing this out of love? First of all, let me explain something to you. Why this deal is detrimental to Burkina Faso. Why would I sign a deal if I'm living, if I represent my country, which is Burkina Faso? Why would I, as Ibrahim Traore, sign a deal under an American first strategy? Why the hell would I do that? Why would I do that? They're telling me straight up in my face, this is about America first. If you say America first, that means that I'm somewhere down the line, if I even count at all. So signing this deal under an American first strategy, it may even violate national sovereignty by requiring access to sensitive health data. We talk about personal health data and critical mineral resources, local critical mineral resources. Why would you give the United States that kind of access to your people? The people of Burkina Faso, you've been had. If this news is really, it's got to be true, because Ibrahim, he hadn't said anything about it. Ibrahim has not said anything about this. I was waiting on him to make a statement. He ain't made a statement yet, at least not one that I know of. In fact, let me just make one last ditch effort to make sure that I don't see anything out there. Nope. Nope. He has not made a statement. Now, here is something that's worth speaking on. A number of other African nations has refused the deal. It's flat out. We don't want no parts of it. We're not with it. Obviously, you know, Washington has to frame it in a way that makes themselves look good and everybody else look bad. So they're calling it a resist on aid. My bad. They're calling it a reset on aid. Family. This deal, a lot of people don't like because it obviously has strings attached. And let me say this. America makes no deals without strings attached. Every single deal is made with strings attached. Even deals that it makes with its own citizens, there's strings attached. Trump got an email going out where he talks about that he wants to give American citizens a $2,000 stimulus check. This is what he's doing. He's talking about not just American citizens, but the citizens who vote for him, MAGA. He wants to give them, he got an email going out saying that he wants to give them the $2,000 stimulus check. You know, he's been thinking about it, right? That's what he said. I'm thinking about giving you a check, but I need you to give me a check first. You know, send me a donation and you could be the proud recipient of one of these checks. So it's always strings attached. Always. Let's go down history. Let's look at history. There has never been, and I challenge any of you out there, but especially you Trumpettes, you Trump supporters. I challenge any of you to tell me a time in history that America has implemented a program to advance Black people's lot in this nation, and there were not strings attached. There was not an ulterior motive. There's always an ulterior motive. There are always strings attached. Always. I don't give a damn how they frame it. They can talk about how it's all about liberating the people and how they're going to go in. They always come up with nice little catchphrases and nice names and stuff. Good names. Sound good. It sound good. Say no to dope. Say no to dope. The war on drugs. We're going to war on drugs. Not war on us, but war on drugs. But the war on drugs was war on us. Whether you were on drugs or not, the war was on us. And it still is. Even today, they are still going into people's houses with no knock warrants and accidentally killing the wrong people, accidentally hitting the wrong house and killing people, terrorizing little children, making them walk outside butt naked. This is still happening today. But it sounds good. War on drugs. They always come up with a nice name, real nice, friendly name, a wholesome name, a name that sounds like it's gonna be for the people to help. You look at the Board of Peace. Trump just implemented the Board of Peace just in the last few months. He came up with this hustle called the Board of Peace, where he charged each nation $1 billion to be a member. With him being the chairman of the board, he cannot be replaced. His rule is the following. He has the final vote no matter what. If everybody voted against something, he can vote for it. Or if everybody vote for one thing, he can vote. His one vote has more power than all of the other nations. And he gets to decide. He also controls the fund. He can do whatever he wants to with the fund. He controls the fund. And they signed that deal. A bunch of damn cowards. A bunch of leader cowards. A bunch of leading cowards. There you go. Leading cowards. They signed that deal. Why on earth would a man who claimed to be for the people, Ibrahim Traore, why would you sign a deal with the West, the United States in particular? Why would you give them access to your people's personal health records? And why on earth would you give them access to your most valuable commodities? Your mineral resources. Why would you do that? Couldn't have been me. Couldn't have been me. You gotta do what you gotta do. Couldn't have been me. I don't even understand how people live like that, man. I don't even understand how somebody can call themselves a man and be a man sometimes. How you gonna be a man sometimes? Well, I'm a man, but right now I'm gonna be a little bitch. I'm gonna be a coward. I'm gonna sell the people out. I ain't gonna sell them out for long. I'm just gonna sell them out for about a year. I'm gonna sell them out for about a year, and then after that, I'm gonna be real again. I'm gonna be hard. I'm gonna kick them out of my country, and I'm gonna be hard again. And I'm gonna tell the people to love me. They need to love me. Look what I did for you. Look what I did for you. That deal essentially gives the United States of America access to Burkina Faso citizens' personal health records. They said by the end of the deal, Americans will be working in Burkina Faso. They are going to be over their health programs. Why in the hell would you allow another country to be over your program? Even you can call it what you want. You can say, okay, no, they're not over it. They're just going to be working. I'll be damned. America ain't that foolish. They're not that stupid. They're not going to go in over. They're not going to send their people over there and not have some power and not have authority. Their people are going to be leading the charge, and your people are going to be answering to Americans. That's how that go. Good Lord, man. Boy, look, well, hey, man, it was good while it lasted. We thought we had one. We thought we had a real leader. It was good while it lasted, Whew, man. That money, though, that money and fear, it wasn't just money. It was fear, too. Fear. He probably thought he was going to get hit next. So you know what? Let me make a deal. Let me make a deal. You can't make a deal with the devil, man. You just can't do it. If you make a deal with the devil, you become the devil. If you make a deal with the devil, you become at the very least the devil's advocate. Man, the hell wrong with these people, man? You got a whole nation of people counting on you, looking up to you, looking towards you for hope, a better life, a better way. And this is how you repay them? Burkina Faso has 24 million young people. They're estimated over 24 million. They have a rapidly growing young population estimated at over 24 million. Those young people have grown up and watched their parents and grandparents and ancestors be taken advantage of. They've watched others sell them out and put them in dire straits, compromise their future. Then you got a dude that come in and it looks like he's coming in to be for the people. He gives the laboring man and woman raises, and he brings down the salaries of government officials. That's a good start. We like, yo, wait a minute, that's pretty good. He stands up to the West and say, no, we're not tolerating this, we're not tolerating that. Take it how you want. We will not be pushed around. We will not be bullied. You know the youngsters is excited, boy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Tired of getting pushed around by y'all. And then all of this to find out that, damn, this dude hit us with a Trojan horse. It's the Trojan horse. You know, maybe, I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe, the play is to play along. String them along until he got another plan in play. Maybe it's something bigger in play. Maybe he's gonna do a bait and switch. I don't know. I know right now it looks like a big bait and switch going on right now with the people of Burkina Faso and their leader. Looked like he bait and switched on them. But perhaps, just perhaps, maybe, the bait and switch is to come later on the U.S. If that's the case, he better have a major plan, because the U.S. ain't gonna take lightly of that bait and switch, because all that's gonna do is give them an excuse to ride on you. They want to ride on you anyway. They don't like the idea of no African leader having that kind of power. All these black people looking at this man and having reverence for him. They don't like that. And you know, Trump, he can't stand another leader, you know, having his people love him, because he ain't got nothing near that. Yeah, he got a few million, but he ain't got the majority of the country. He's nowhere near the majority of the country. So he gonna hate. He's straight up gonna hate. Now, he can hate on the president of China and the president of Russia, president of North Korea, but he can't do nothing about those nations because they fight back. So he can't do nothing about that. But those other nations, he can look back and be like, I think I want to invade them. Yeah. The United States of America is the most hating ass country that ever existed. They hate on their own citizens. The government hate on its own citizens. It definitely has hated on black people, the citizens of America, the government, involving government officials and regular citizens have hated on black Americans forever. Look, man, when we didn't have nothing, when we were enslaved, we were being hated on. Before enslavement, we were being hated on by this government. After we were released and we messed around, and within a few years, I ain't talking about decades, I said a few years, black people are resilient. Black people are become self-reliant. They're self-contained. They're working. They're buying their own land. They're opening up their own shops. They're not trying to even integrate. They're like, hey, man, y'all gonna do y'all thing over here. We over here, we doing our thing. They hated on that. You know what? I really don't like those uppity Negroes out there, just out there thinking they're so much better than us. Let's go do something about it, man. I think I want to ride and kill them. Let's go take what they got. Let's take what they build. We're going to steal, we're going to rob, we're going to kill, and we're going to enslave them again by putting them in jail. And then they're going to be in a real and bad predicament. And if they complain about it, we're just going to say, hey, man, it's America. If I can do it, you can do it. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. What are you complaining about? I am royally disappointed in the president of Burkina Faso. This has to be a huge blow to the people of Burkina Faso. But across DC, I see you. Adrian Williams, Jeffrey Owens, DeAndre Moore, there's nothing positive that's going to come out of this deal, fam. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing positive that is going to come out of this deal. You really think that America cares about remedying infectious diseases in Africa, in any part of Africa, let alone Burkina Faso? You really believe that? You really care? You really think that America cares about healing Africans? You got people from the West that's been going over to Africa trying to figure out ways that they can eliminate the population. Why would they go over there trying to save the population? And you talk about how they want to make sure they clean the Africans up before they cross the borders. They want to clean them up before they cross the borders. Hell, you got Americans taking diseases to other countries. But they somehow made Africa the AIDS AIDS continent of the world. I'll bet you $1 to a donut there's more infectious diseases in America than it is in Africa. If Ibrahim Traore signed this deal and caught Burkina's off guard, what other deals has he signed? What other deals will he be signing in the near future? Who else he gonna work a deal with? If I had done a deal with anybody, let's say I did need some outside assistance. If I had done a deal with anybody, I mean anybody, it would be anybody but the United States. Ain't no way I'd do a deal with the United States. All of the United States enemies were once their friends. Did you hear what I said? Every single enemy America has ever had was once its friend. Now you think about that. No more talk.